brothers and sisters, back in the Basharas, and I want to share something with you. I am in Matthew chapter 10, and I'm going to read 32 to 39. Brothers and sisters, listen to this. And the Mashiach goes on to say, it says, whosoever therefore will confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father, which is in Shemayim. But whosoever will deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in Shemayim. Now, before I continue with this, I just want to let people know, and for my brothers and sisters to know, we all know by man tradition, family is the most sacred thing amongst pretty much everybody, right? They have names, they have little things they say, blood is thicker than water. We all we got, they say things like that, and people have the utmost respect for people or a person that's family oriented, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They're all about family. They're all about loving their mothers and their fathers and taking care of their kids and taking all the pictures and being at all the events. They really big on these things. I mean, they got photo albums stacked high. They got them in storage areas in their houses and in their little, cubby places and all that. They got all the memories on photo. And now we got the recorder, so they got the videos out now, So people are really tight with the family. So when I'm reading right here, y'all know what I'm getting into with this, man. We got to bring it home. What I'm about to read to you, because I just caught it tonight. I said, man, he said this, but it was right after he said this, but I'm going to continue. People are so family oriented with what their family is doing. They so tradition with their family that really low key, that's who is their makers, to be simple. That these people, when they talk about their family, these are these people's makers. These are these people's idols, and these are these people's authorities. Do you understand? And I mean that without the Mashiach not even being there, which is most of these people's lives. They don't acknowledge the Mashiach, let alone what he teaches. We ain't even gonna talk about living none of it. We just gonna get on that. They ain't even claiming Elohim. But these people that's so all about family, they put these family members' words over the script. But I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to read to you in Matthew chapter 10, 32 to 39. And we in 33. We in 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And you got these family members. They're all about, being together. It's all about loving the family. It's all about keeping the peace, amongst the family members. And listen now, most of these people today that have families, they all portray this image. They're peaceful, they have values, they hang together, they're family. Blood is thicker than water. We got. So you have to understand that when these same people with these families hear the script and they say negative things and they hiss at it, you have to understand what you're hearing. You have to understand what you're witnessing. So I'm going to keep on reading now. Follow me on this in Yahushua. Listen. 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father. So the first thing he said, he coming to do. He's coming to set a difference. Y'all gonna have a difference of opinion. Y'all gonna have a difference of belief. And what happens when that happens? that means there's a disagreement, there's a conflict there. But I want you to pay attention, because a lot of hypocrites that's about this family, they get to this part, and all of a sudden, deep down in their heart, for real, Elohim to them is the devil. That's how they look at it. They look at the Mashiach as the devil. Elohim exposed and let it be published that the scribes and Pharisees blasphemed against Father and Savior, calling him the devil. Remember what he said? He cast out Beelzebub. He cast out Beelzebub through the prince of the devils. Remember that? Huh? They was blaspheming, talking about how Father Yahuwah was able to give Elohim the power to cast out devils. He called him a devil. Oh, man. After seeing all that righteousness. And look how close them scribes and Pharisees were, and them Sadducees. They were like family, going against who they considered the enemy. Wow. And when you look at the Bolsheviks, this man that they considered the enemy didn't do nothing evil to anybody. But these Pharisees and these scribes and these Sadducees, which I'm quite sure had families and spouses and children and grandchildren, these people, all this love around them. Look at all this wickedness they doing to a man that didn't do nothing wrong to them. But let's keep it real. But this while he said, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Listen to this. This is right after he said all of that. Okay? Because an average-minded person will come here and they'll read from 35 to 36 and automatically they'll shut down. But you have to understand when you're talking about separating, when Elohim separates the sheep from the goats, all right? The tares from the wheat. Listen to what he says right after he said what he's coming to do. Set a man at variance. You know, daughters against mothers and sons against fathers. Listen to what he say right after this. He says in 37, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Whoa! Whoa! So you're telling me he's coming to see who loves him more. He's coming to see who loves him. And are you going to choose him over your family, or are you going to choose your family over him? Oh, man. And you know what? Oh, I could just hear, I could feel the energy of these hypocrites when they hear it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, they going to blaspheme. Oh, they going to blaspheme against Elohim. Oh, man. In their hearts, they going to be like, that's my mama. That's my daddy. That's my baby. That's my husband. That's my doing. Oh, you gonna show yourselves, and y'all the same hypocrites that come out here with that image of I'm a righteous person. I try my best. I love when I can, and you hypocrites are some black-hearted, blasphemous dogs. You're filthy. You really are. You're a nasty little hypocrite. Yuck. You choosing your hypocrite and family's word over the Mashiach? Ooh, hypocrite. I almost said something. Help me, Elohim. Help me now. Help me, Savior. So he said that. Then he goes on to say, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. I can't even imagine a mother and a daughter with a real tight relationship hear something like this. Oh, my goodness. Now, I can see some battles. I can see these father and mother, they don't believe in the Mashiach anyway, so they both gonna stick to each other. Then you're gonna have a group of those type of pairs where one do believe in the Mashiach and the other one don't. And, you know, that's when the conflict begin. Then you have another pair that both believe in the Mashiach. They ain't finna about it. You know what I'm saying? They understand what this is. They love each other, but they know who's the Malek. They know who's the king in their life. So they know where the boundary lies. They know, hey, the Mashiach is the Mashiach. And hey, I know you ain't going to listen to me if I go against the Mashiach, and I ain't going to listen to you if you go against the Mashiach. So we know where we stand. That's the real fam. But nonetheless, I ain't trying to get off track. I'm trying to let you know, brothers and sisters, that Elohim is out here separating the wicked from the righteous, dude. Okay? And whatever people in their feelings about, whatever in their feelings about, Elohim don't care nothing about that. It's about who love him, baby. Do you love me? Is what Elohim saying. He said he's jealous. He said that. Listen, he goes on to say, and he that taketh not his crux and followeth after me is not worthy of me. And you remember, Yahushua said, pray to be worthy, to escape all these things and to stand before the Son of Man. He said, pray to be worthy. Do you understand that? So he's saying, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. He that taketh not his crux and followeth after me is not worthy of me. Man, that is deep. He ain't telling you to badmouth your family, man. But when it comes to the word, when it comes to the truth, who is your family to the Mashiach and Yahuwah? Really? Who are they? And you hypocrites will really hiss and sneer your nose up at Elohim like your family can stand against them. You keep playing these damn games. I'm almost done here. Listen to this. And he goes on to say, he that findeth his life will lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake will find it. Oh, man. Did you hear that? So when these people are all about these so-called families out here, what they really telling you is that I'm in the pride of my life. My family are the pride of my life. Huh? I'm not giving this up for nobody. Especially for nobody I can't even see. I don't even know this guy. Huh? These black-hearted hypocrites be saying these things. They live these things. Okay? I just want to put that in your heart. That we have to be careful in these last days. We around some anti-Mashiachs in the family, brothers and sisters. You got to watch your back. You got to watch your heart. You got to be careful how you talking and how you speaking around certain people. Because these hypocrites are against the Mashiach. They already are being used to shut down anything, all right, that is a threat to the comfort that they have in their sinful belief about how things are. You better hear me now. And Father's not playing around. Savior's not playing around. And oh yeah, the devil is also involved too. What would the Yahushua say to Kaffa? He said, I prayed for you. Because Satan, he talked about how Satan was coming to sift him as wheat. He's coming for you, Kaffa. He's coming for you, Kaffa. You better hear me now. So, brothers and sisters, watch your back out here. In Yahushua, I pray that Father Yahuwah is over your life, dude. And I pray he give you the wisdom that you can handle to deal with the tricks of the devil that's coming your way. Do you understand that? I pray in Yahushua that you get that wisdom, all right? To be able to emotionally stand against the tricks. Spiritually have the wisdom to be able to mentally deal with the tricks. Because that's all they is tricks. That's what anti-Mashiachs are. They ain't nothing but a bunch of tricky people. They ain't nothing but a bunch of tricks. They trick their way into people's lives. They trick their way out of people's lives. They trick people into things. They trick people out of things. That's all these hypocrites do. Their whole life ain't nothing but a big old trick. So you got to watch your back and be safe out here. Later.